All right, I'm live, and what are we fixing to do tonight? What's up, rock stars? I've never did a live before. I thought maybe I would install Plasma 6 and chat about it. I made a video yesterday that showed some Plasma 6 issues in Arch Linux. I've already figured out a few of them, and those devs are working hard. But I didn't know how this live worked, and it kind of kicked on really quick. We'll let anyone join if that's an actual thing. I'm hoping to do more of these lives in the future. And if you guys like them, I'll be doing them. All right, I updated the title. Next time we'll do a better job. It's complaining about my bit rate. Maybe I'm going to have to retry this, rock stars. The current bit rate is 2700 kbps, lower than the recommended 6800. I see. Here we go. Let's try that. Okay. All right, that fixed the rate. All right, 0 viewers. Yeah. Enable DVR. What's digital video recorder? For Plasma 6 to work on NVIDIA, you'll have to install the NVIDIA drivers. I'm not going to cover that tonight, so I don't know how much help I'll be to you. Terrible, terrible. Ugh. However, you might be able to follow through and see us use the ArchFi install script, which will help you install NVIDIA drivers. There's also an Arch Wiki you can check out. I don't have a web browser on this capture, but there's also an Arch Wiki on NVIDIA that you can check out. Google Arch Linux NVIDIA. All right, I'll be right back, guys. We'll get started. I have a Hyperlin install, a couple Hyperlin install videos. I don't know if they'll be exactly what you need. ArchFi does not cover Hyperlin right now. And would I use Arch install or ArchFi? I still use ArchFi because it has really good suggestions about software packages to install. And you're about, if you hang out here, you're about to see that. I'm going to get started. Arch install is really great. However, you as the installer has to pick every single package and know what to tell it. So while that's great if you know everything your system needs, you just asked about NVIDIA drivers. The ArchFi script will help with NVIDIA drivers. Let's take a look here. First things first, I have to get Wi-Fi. So I'll show you all the command. It's iwctl. And we'll do -- pass phrase. And then here's going to be your Wi-Fi's password. So I'll just type in password. And then station. I should have checked with IPA to show. I'll do that actually. Let's do IPA. You can see my Wi-Fi is number 4 there, WLAN 0. So the iwctl command is iwctl -- pass phrase. And this will be your Wi-Fi's password. We'll do station, and for me it's WLAN 0, which again you can see is number 4 down there. And then we'll do connect, and this is going to be your SSID name. Okay, so that's the command to get Wi-Fi going. Let me switch off up here real quick, just as I change and enter my SSID and my password, so you guys can't see that. Okay, and I'll do a clear screen, and then you guys can come back with me. Now that we've done that iwctl command, we can ping 8.8.8.8 to make sure we're on the internet, and we are. That being said, we'll do a curl command. I'll read your chat in 1 sec. Hang on. Because I used to have a Hyperlin install of the video that my hard drive broke, and I can't get it to work anymore. Well, Plasma 6 is a Wayland DE, so you're using X11 because of your NVIDIA drivers, right? Is that what's going on? I think I'm understanding you there. Let me show you this ArchFi script, and this may or may not help you. The command is curl-lo, capital LO, and we're going to type in archfi.sf.net/archfi. This will download the ArchFi script, and we can run it with sh archfi. Oops, you know, I wasn't really great on this live. before I do this, I want to run cf disk. Let me do an ls block. I'm going to run cf disk on dev SDA. I'm just going to get rid of all these partitions. I had a couple different, this SDA3 is actually Hyperland, and SDA4 right now is Plasma 6, but I'm going to erase everything. I'll write that. And now I can run sh archfi to jump into the archfi script. So in a minute, Mixmax, just after we get through the first parts of this archfi script, hopefully it will show you where the NVIDIA driver stuff is in archfi, if you don't know. I won't change the language because that'll mess the screen up even worse for you guys. I'll load keys and I'll go to US for me. You select yours. Editor, I'm going to select Vim. Okay. Partitions. All right, you're going to choose mix match. Should we do looks encrypted or just a regular? Should I encrypt the root partition or no? At any rate, I'll let it do auto partitions for GPT EFI on my SDA. Let that happen. I'll type in yes. Now let's take a look at that before we just blindly accept it. What did it do for us? It made us a dev SDA 1, which is a 1 gigabyte EFI system. It gave us a 7.8 gig Linux swap. And the remainder, it gave us for our main. Now I think there's 16 gigs or 8 gigs in this system. I'm going to change that swap up a little higher. So I guess I could just probably delete this. It'll be quicker that way. Delete that. Delete this. And now I'll create a 16 gigabyte. No, there's only 8 gigabytes here, but I want to have sleep and hibernate. So I'm going to do a 10 gigabyte swap drive. So let's change the type here to Linux swap. And the remainder of the free space, we'll just create a Linux file system. And there we go. So we'll write that out. We just changed the 8 gigabyte swap to 9, 10, whatever. So we can quit now. Mixmax didn't say, should I encrypt the home partition or no, or the root partition? Now let's select those partitions. SDA1 was our boot. SDA2 was our swap. And SDA3 was our root, baby! All right, we're going to format them. Mixmax didn't say, so I'm going to go with, well, the EFI is FAT32 anyway. This one's swap, SDA2 swap. And I am going to encrypt, baby! That home partition. Type in capital yes. And bring back my meat. All right, now we'll open this. Okay, and we'll just use ext4 after that Lux encryption. All right, we're ready to mount these suckers. Let's go. Now that these are mounted, we can install our pack strap. I'm going to change the parallel downloads to 5, and I won't mess with Reflector here. Reflector chooses the best mirrors, but just for the insulation part, I'm not even going to mess with it. I'll run Reflector when we get into our system later. So Mixmax, ext4 is tried and true. It's a good file system. It works. You won't have any issues with it. However, it doesn't have any extra features. So ButterFS has snapshots, and there's different softwares, GUI or command line, that allow you to see those snapshots. You can jump back to them. It's different than like NixOS or some other Linux installs that does snapshotting in a different way, but ButterFS has snapshots. So theoretically, and if you do it correctly, say you install your base Arch Linux, vanilla Arch Linux with Plasma 6 system, there will be a snapshot of that right there. Then let's just pretend you install Kdenlive, and that Kdenlive completely blows up your system. We can roll back and use a ButterFS snapshot from that base install before you installed Kdenlive, theoretically allowing you to restore from a system that you borked. So ButterFS is cool, but you do have to learn how to use it correctly and then implement and use it correctly. You also have to learn snapshots not snapshots, mount points, and ButterFS. It's very much more involved than ext4, but I could do a video about it if you'd like. All right, let's move on to our pack strap, and we're going to install Linux as a kernel. And we need DOSFS tools. And that's it right there. We don't have any LVMs, and we're not using ButterFS. So, by the way, Mixmax, this ArchFi installation script that we're using right here, you'll start to see why it's cool, because it gives us a lot of suggestions on what to use, like a lot of those questions you just had. Say you did install a ButterFS system. When you just did the pack strap, it would have suggested to you, hey, you need to install ButterFX Progs, the program or app, utilities for ButterFS. Did I do a video about ButterFS? You might want to look through my channel. I might have did a video about ButterFS in the Arch playlist. To answer your question, Mixmax, on my servers, I use XFS, but for me on a laptop or even my main computer, I still just use ext4. I do encrypt with Lux, so I don't know if you're familiar with Lux encryption, but when you format your drive, you can first format it for Lux, and then you have to open that encrypted volume, and then you format that. There's a good video called Arch Linux with Extra Sauce Installation in my Arch Linux playlist. Go check out that video. It shows you how to install Arch Linux on a Lux encrypted root partition and a bunch of cool extras like Grub themes that are kick butt, and Plymouth themes for Plymouth is like a graphical boot thing, and it allows you to unlock your Lux encrypted partition. Pretty fancy, and it looks pretty cool. So go check out my Arch Linux with Sauce installation video in the future. All right, sorry, I know I'm droning on. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to configure Arch Linux now. Let me just run through here. I'm going to need this Arch Plasma 6. Keyboard layout, keep it at US. Locale. We're going to go to en_US. en_US. So and I'm going to repeat myself here, Mixmax, but this ArchFi script just helps you kind of steer the install. It helps you with suggestions. Let's do our local time, America, and for me, baby, Los Angeles, you know. And I'm going to go local time. Get some, sucker. Set a root password. All right. We're almost to that NVIDIA driver stuff I'll show you. I always use UUIDs for my FSTAB. It's way better than just putting in there SDA, SDA1, because those could change in the future. I don't need to encrypt my hooks. It's going to happen a lot more. So that's it for here, right? All right, let's go to bootloader. We're going to use Grub. Let's install Grub. No errors. We are EFI, so we'll install EFI Boot Manager. Again, with the ArchFi script helping suggest us stuff. Now, here's a cool thing. If I can't get that out of my mouth. Mixmax! If you haven't used Lux encrypted volumes before, in your Grub file, when you have a LUX encrypted root partition, you have to have this line, crypt device equals, and then it's like UUID and the UUID of that drive, and then a colon, and it's slash root. It names the crypt device, and that's how you unlock your crypt device. So we'll add that in there anyway. There's the line right there, actually, isn't it? Crypt device equals dev, and then the UUID colon root. So it names it root because that's what it is. All right, so that was good. I'm going to edit my grub real quick just because I already know that I want to add quiet and splash. I'm also going to go down to the end, and I'm going to uncomment grub disable OS prober just in case I ever install other distros or operating systems on this hard drive. So I'll write that. And then we'll run grub makeconfig, baby. Let me know down there, MixMax. This is my first live. It's definitely the worst one I've ever did, but let me know if you want any other topics and videos. I'll do anything that involves Linux, Unix, Mac OS, whatever you want to see, man. Okay, did I do all three of these guys? Did I just install the bootloader? I'm going to do it again. I don't want to mess up and boot into a system that's broken at the end of this. Okay, I think I got them all. Okay, so now MixMax, that was the end of the archfi script. And now if you look down here, it says full desktop install script. It's called archdi. So we're going to load that. And this is where it'll help you with your NVIDIA driver. So check this out. Let's select the archdi script. And I'm not going to install it. I'm just going to launch it. So now Max, now we are inside of the archdi script. Let me get rid of my thing here for you. This is the archdi script, and it's going to help us create a system that's not super basic. Okay, sorry. I know I'm my first live, man. This is going to suck, but whatever. All right, so let's go into updates real quick. I'll do an upgrade. It'll be fine, and I'll clean my cache. That's all I'm going to do here. And I would install Yay if that's what you use, but I prefer Peru, so I'm just going to go back. I'm done there. Let's go to install. Can the archdi script be used on a normal install in case you want to add stuff? That's a good question. That's a good question. I believe if you are, I don't mean to talk below or above your experience level, but I believe if you are arch-rooted into your system, like you've mounted your partitions and you are rooted in, I think you can run archdi, but don't quote me on that 1000%. But as long as you're rooted in and you're installing stuff like, through Pacman, sure, you should be able to run a script and it just installs crap, right? All right, I'm going to move off my video again. So this is the first config or installation part of archdi. We'll go to console. These are all console applications that may or may not be useful to your install. Let's go to generic. Yes, I want sudo. No, I don't need nano, but vim, wget, bash completion, USB utils, lsos. Yes, yeah, all this is good. Linux firmware, sure. System monitor. I'll take Midnight Commander and neofetch and base devel. Always install base devel so that things like git work. And I'll do the firmware upgrade thing. That's cool. I'll even take GPM for mouse support in the terminal. So I'm going to kind of run through this. Hey, what's up, Bob? We are installing vanilla Linux right now, and we're going to go on to install Plasma 6 and do it in a way that I think is better than just installing Plasma 6 through this archfi script we're using. We're not going to install Plasma through the archfi script. Okay, so archfi. Do we want to start GPM? Yes. Start GPM at boot? Yes. Okay, compression tools, I want them all. We'll whiz through that. Bang! Network tools. I'll take Nmap. I'll take speed test. And that's it. Oh, Bob, man, it's fun. I've probably done like 20 installs in the past 2 weeks. Come on with it. Okay, and that's the rest in console, guys. So these were just console apps. I don't need Link's web browser or DD Rescue. So we're done there. Now we're going to go to System. And first we'll look at kernel. I've already installed my Linux. I don't need that. Services. So see here too, Max, what I was saying is ArchFi suggests good services for you. Network Manager, OpenSSH, which I won't activate, but it's good to have installed. Crony, it's a cron task server. XDG user DIRs, you always want that when you make a new user. It adds the downloads, you know, videos, pictures, blah, 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 stuff. Numlock on, I don't want that. Have GED, it's an entropy generator. So now I am on a ThinkPad, so mine is Intel graphics. I'm going to install Intel Ucode. If you were on an AMD machine, install AMD. Now Max asks about NVIDIA drivers. I'm going to show you that menu, but again, I'm on a lame old ThinkPad, so Intel Ucode for me. I want Samba, and I want, no, not the server, I want Samba, so let's install all that stuff. Is there something like task cell from the Ubuntu for Arch to install new desktop ones or IMs? Oh, good question. I've used that before. There is a Discord community, Max. You should come by. So, you know, my channel is pretty new, guys. You're right. I didn't put the Discord link in these last 2 videos, but I did add it to most of my videos. I need to remember to do that. So there is my Discord link in like 80% of my videos. Go find it and come join us. There's a few of us over there. For anybody new, right now, guys, we are installing vanilla Arch Linux so that I can show installing Plasma 6 and the KDE suggested add-ons. There's a little bit more to it. Start Network Manager at boot, yes. Start DHCP-CD at boot, yes. Start SSH server at boot, no. I will turn that on myself if needed. Start Crony at boot, yes. And have GED at boot, yes. Bluetooth at boot, of course, baby. Okay, we're moving along to the file system. We want OS Prober, just in case we ever install another distro or window, anything else on the drive. It's good to just have it on there. I like to have SSHFS. You can mount SSH folders. It's cool. I want CIFS. That's like Windows shares. I want SMB, again, Windows shares. And I want NFS utils, which allows me to mount Linux NFS file shares. You might need NILFS utils and GVFS, but I don't need that right now. I hope to see you, Max, on the Discord. I need to get better at putting in the links that are clickable. I think I just copied the text, but hey, man, it's what you get. You're on a YouTube channel with 700 subs. We'll figure it out one day. Everybody here and in the future, let me know if you like these lives, you know, where I don't edit and we just go through stuff and we can chat. And like Max said, maybe we can meet in the Discord channel in the future. That might be a better way to do it. I'm on the Discord channel right over here on this other laptop. So let me go join the TechHeart Discord server. And yeah, there's only like 10 people in there. We're not talking, but okay, we're done there. We're going to move on to sound, and we're going to use Wire Plumber instead of Pulse Audio. So we'll just leave all those selected, and then you can select Easy Effects. It's kind of cool. It allows you to do stuff with microphones and whatnot. We're almost there for that NVIDIA menus. Okay, I don't want to install print servers. It's pretty easy to do if you wanted to. You can just install cups and all the extras right here. Archify helps show you what's available, but I don't want that. We're not going to install Xorg, but I'm going to show you for Macs right here. In the Xorg menu, you can click on GPU infos. So my detected video card is Intel graphics. Yours would say Intel there, or I'm sorry, yours would say NVIDIA there. And, no, we don't want to install Xorg, we're going to use Wayland. But you can go down to video drivers, and you can select open source or proprietary. And here's NVIDIA drivers that you can install. I should have added before this live, I have a web browser that I can pull up. You can search the internet for Arch Linux NVIDIA, just in Google or DuckDuckGo. Arch Linux NVIDIA, and it'll take you to the Arch Wiki. For everything with Arch Linux, if you wanted to learn how to install Plasma 6, search Arch Linux KDE. If you're having grub issues, search Arch Linux grub. The first thing you should always go to is the Arch Wiki. That's like the Bible, right? Go to the Arch Wiki first. Second, you can search the Arch community, the Arch forums. Third, you can find packages that are in the AUR, the Arch User Repository. You guys probably already know this, but if you're using Arch, you should be using the AUR. For example, I like bulletin board systems. It's like how we used to connect to the internet before the internet. And there's a package or a software I use called SyncTerm. Well, you either have to build it from source or it's right there in the AUR. So you can just type yay-s SyncTerm. Boom, it's done. So anyway, Max, here's some NVIDIA drivers. You could try these, and if they work, great. And if they don't, search Arch Linux NVIDIA and go to the Arch Linux Wiki. Cool, man. Take care, Max. Cheers. Okay, so since I'm not installing Xorg and we're going to be installing Plasma, I'm going to back out of that. Also, just for anybody watching, I'm going to show you real quick, right here in the ArchDie script, you can install Plasma right from this script. Even though it says Plasma 5, it would install Plasma 6 since the Arch repos, even the main ones, have been updated to Plasma 6. But I'm not going to install it this way. I'm going to show you guys from the command line how to do that. So we're not going to install a desktop environment. We're not going to install a display manager. And we're not even going to install applications. We're going to back out. Let's go to config though. For bash, I want my editor to be Vim. I don't want to set aliases because I set my own aliases through a file. But if you don't do that, you can click here, and these are pretty good aliases, but I like to set my own, so I won't do that. For the profile, I'll set the user and host name. I will change these two things, and I'm going to update bash RC for both root and the user. Firewalls, I'll turn that on in a minute. Accounts, let me add a user. It'll be called techheart. I heard this little thing about being on a live stream or whatever, and you're typing, that people could hear where your fingers lie and see your password. So all my passwords are password 123. Come and get me, boy. All right, so the techheart user's added. Let's add them to sudoer. All right. And I think that's about it. We're not going to change anything in systemd. And I don't need to edit my boot stuff yet. Okay, so let's exit out of here. I'm going to exit the ArchDie script. I don't want to unmount. Hold on a minute. How can I exit out of here without unmounting? I guess I can just troot in again. Should I try to kill the script? Let me do that. Okay, good. I can kill the script. I pressed Control-C, and I'm out. And the reason that I did that is now I'm still mounted. Am I? Let's see here. Oops, wrong thing. Let me do lsbl OK. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm still mounted. All of my Lux encrypted partition is mounted at /mount. My SDA1 is mounted at /mount/boot, and my swap partition is activated. Since all those are true things, I can do arch_trut on /mnt. Now, what arch_trut does is it boots us into that system as if we are now into the installation we've been working on. So now you see how it says root. If I type ls, it shows as if that's, it is our system, but that's actually the contents of /mnt. So we are into our system. Give me a minute here, stream. I've got to get on the screen. I'm going to share a web browser window. So let me get that set up. I'll be right with you. Okay. There we go. Looking good. All right, so now we are arch-truted into our system. So right now, if we use pacman-s, it's going to install software just as if we were installing to the, the installation we are creating right now. So I'm going to search for Arch Linux KDE. We're going to get Plasma 6 installed, rock stars. So just as I was talking about, here is the Arch Wiki on KDE. So let's click that. When you do these installs, you should always do this, and I'm going to show you and explain to you why as we go here. So I'm reading the Arch Linux Wiki KDE installation, and let's go down to installation, and it says, first of all, install the Plasma Meta or the Plasma group. Have you guys ever wondered what is the difference between Plasma Meta and the Plasma group? Does everybody know that? I'm going to show you on screen here. I'm going to install this. Hey, Bob, that's funny you say that. I still run a BBS. It's called 20 for Beers, and it's super popular. If you ever want to get back on, here's the address, and you use syncterm to install. I have a video all about BBSs on my channel. Go check it out. Come by the TechHeart BBS. We're still rocking and rolling. All right, so I'm going to do real quick. pacman-s Plasma, okay? It told us we need to install the Plasma or Plasma Meta package groups. So the difference between Plasma or Plasma Meta or any -meta package is with the standard package, you can pick each package you want or don't want to install. So see there, I can default to install everything, or I can select which ones I want. I'm not going to install here, but I could have deselected softwares. So let's do now pacman-s plasma-meta. With this group, you notice you cannot deselect packages. You're just installing the entire group. So that's what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install the metas. But if you want to pick and choose or take out, like if you didn't want to add the games, install the non-meta groups. So let's install Plasma Meta. Same thing if you install Plasma. And we'll let that go. Well, as that's finishing up, let's jump back over and continue reading our install. So we've installed the Plasma group. Okay. If we wanted a more minimal Plasma installation, we could have just installed Plasma Desktop, but I want the full thing. Oh, Max left. Look. Here's for Max if he watches it later. If you're an NVIDIA user with a proprietary NVIDIA driver and wish to use Wayland Session, enable the DRM kernel mode setting. And what that would entail is you're going to have to edit your grub stuff to, you're going to do this right here. You're going to come to the Arch Wiki, and you're going to make sure you enable your DRM kernel mode setting. Pretty easy stuff. You just change a little bit. We do not need Plasma Mobile, but we do need the applications. So let's install KDE Applications Meta. All right. So we'll do pacman-s KDE. Oops, let me clear the screen. KDE Applications Meta. Okay, I'm going to go with VLC. That's the only change I'll make. And that'll get our applications installed. All right. Let's go down here, though. We've got some more stuff to do that most people miss, or a lot of people miss anyway. Up here, I missed this. This was part of the 1.1, and I already skipped down and did the applications. Upstream KDE has package and setup recommendations. Well, let's go look at those before we go gallivanting into the future and have things messed up for us. Try to zoom in here a little bit for us. Okay, so this is the KDE recommendations, okay? We're going to go down and read some of this stuff. Recommended packages to pre-install, okay? These are packages that we recommend you pre-install by default, and that's from the KDE Plasma team. So, Oxygen 5. Is this done over here yet? Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, go to the screen. Ooh, I don't have Peru installed. All right, well, can I do it this way? I'm going to go to Home, TechHeart Downloads. Oops. Okay, and I don't have Git installed either, do I? I'll install Git real quick. Okay, so I'm in Home TechHeart Downloads. I just like to install stuff in downloads. I'm going to do git clone https aur.archlinux.org/peru.git. And then we'll move into Peru and we'll type make pkg-si. Oh gosh. Okay, guys. I should have known that. I'm actually going to get out of the Arch Troot here. I'm going to do a reboot. So we are actually going to boot into our vanilla Arch Linux installation for the first time. I should have done that previously. I shouldn't have even Arch Trooted in. Let me come back over here. Okay, let's reboot. I'm going to remove the USB stick. So we are booting into our vanilla Arch Linux installation. Did it work? Oh yeah! Big winner chicken dinner! Are we hung? No, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, our UUID was not correct. I must have failed to. Great, 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 great. Okay, so I'll have to boot back into our darn USB drive here. Fun, fun, fun. Well, I can't reboot from here. It's in safe mode. Okay, I'll do a control. What did I do, guys? Did I not get grub on the that script? I mean, I entered it. Doop. what did I do, guys? And should I use the script to attempt to fix Grub, or should I just do it in the command line? Okay, so we're back in the installation media, because somehow or another I boo-booed that. Okay, so let's let me get off here so I can, real quick, boom. Let me go here just so I can do my IWCTL command, passphrase, and then my password, and then station, WLAN 0, connect to your SSID. Okay. I mean, I can curl that script again. Actually, I probably don't even need it. Let me try to do this. We'll do crypt setup open /dev/SDA3. Okay, did I do that wrong? Dev SDA3, yeah. Crypt open dev SDA3, and we'll call it root. Enter the passphrase for our Lux encrypted drive. Okay, now let's do mount /dev/mapper/root. That's our Lux encrypted device to /mnt. Then let's mount dev SDA1 to mnt boot. Then let's swap on dev SDA2, and let's do an ls block again. Okay, so that's set up right. Arch root on /mnt, and we're in it. Let's edit etc. default grub. Now, crypt device right here, UUID 7B5 is right. Okay, cat my etc. fstab. Root is on dev mapper root, and it's A5B1. Right, because it opens that. Okay. Okay, so didn't I do that right? I don't understand. What did I miss? I feel like it's going to fail again. I mean, I know I ran that grub make config on the other deal, and I installed the EFI boot manager. Okay, Arch Linux. It's going to fail right there. Okay, there's going to be a suck bag live. Let me reboot again. I'm going to look at the boot entry. We're going to go in grub. We're going to look. Let's go to advanced options and read. Oops, never mind. Go back. And here I'm going to edit. Root UUID AB1. I mean, that looks right to me. I don't understand. What did I miss? My boot partition was installed, and that's just going to fail. It's not opening up my Lux encrypted device because it's not got the right entry for it. Or I'm sorry, the right UUID for it. But why? Yeah, I hear you, Bob. my first live, and I mean, I know what I'm doing, but I jumped in without a plan. Fun times. Okay, I'm going to try to do one more thing. I don't know if this will work at all. I don't think it will. I'll probably have to freaking reinstall everything, which you don't have to hang around for. We're booting into the Arch Linux ISO again, the installation, from a USB stick. I'll go back here. The point of all that was I was trying to explain that you do want to follow KDE's recommended packages to pre-install. That's what I was getting at before I messed up the grub part. Okay, real quick, I'm going to switch off here so I can, do iwctl --passphrase station WLAN 0 and connect to your SSID name. Clear that. We can come back. Now, let me do crypt setup open dev SDA3, and we'll call that root. Now, can I grab this script again, right? Can I grab the script again and then point it to that dev mapper? I don't know. Oops. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go down here. Select partitions and install. Okay, the boot device is dev SDA1. The swap device is dev SDA2. And now the root device is dev mapper root. Okay. Select the partitions. I'm not going to format them, but I'm going to mount them. Now, is there any errors? Mount dev mapper root to mount. Yeah, this isn't even going to work. I think, like Bob said, I think I messed up by jumping out because this just mounted them in the same fashion I did when I arch trued it in. But let's try. I don't need to do the pack strap because it's already there. Let's go to config and down to bootloader again, okay? So we're going to redo this bootloader part. We're going to choose grub. Let's install grub. And EFI boot manager. It found, okay, yeah. I'm going to edit grub. And I'm going to add quiet because I know I want that. Oh, no, it's already added, sorry. So this crypt device ended in E6D. Yeah, this isn't going to work either. So well, big failure over here, man. Right here is where it should unlock my crypt. So I must have got my UUIDs wrong. Or that script got them wrong. And I'm screwed. I'm not great with, yeah, right, Bob. See right there. So mountain, oh, I'm sorry to get on the thing. So the UUID ending in 5AB1 is not the real root. Yeah, I know. Is it because it was named new root? Did that script name my crypt setup new_root and I named it root? No. Failed to mount UUID. Which, yeah, I know. I like Bob's attitude. Oh, oops. I mean, this is an easy thing. It's just pointed to the wrong... Grub is not opening the correct device. I mean, I'm not going to give this too much more, but, you know, we could just reinstall. But I'm trying to, like, do this thing on the fly. So I'm back into the Arch ISO installer. Blah. It's already an hour long. I guess you'd like, if we're parachuting, man, we pull the second chute. Forget about it. Erase video. I should have stuck to the scripted one. Okay, I'm just doing my password. Station WLAN 0, connect your SSID name. Okay. What's the command to see ls block with UUIDs, guys? What's the command to see ls block with UUIDs? No, I don't want that. I want to use, oh, I could, block ID, right? Or ls block -f. ls block -f. Okay. Block ID. So my dev SDA1 is, oh, I see part UUID. Part UUID. Did I select part UUID? Crypt setup, open, dev, SDA3, root. Okay, mount dev mapper root to MNT, mount dev SDA1 to MNT boot, swap on dev SDA2. Okay, let's cat /MNT/etc fstab, which is, you know, our installed system's fstab, and it points to dev mapper root, like it should, that ends in AB1 because dev mapper root ends with AB1. Okay, great. So SDA1, SDA1's UUID is that small one. So look, part UUID. Let me do, first off, let me arch root into /MNT. So now our mounted stuff, which is our installed system, is there. Let's do vim, etc. default grub, right? Follow me, follow me. So if my crypt device, right, is dev disk by UUID, and it ends in E6D for root, okay? Or I'm sorry, that's for SDA1. Let's look there. Let's look at ls dev disk by UUID, okay? And there is that. There is that one that ends in E6D. What is that, SDA1? Oh God, and that ls block didn't, how do I get ls block to show UUIDs? There we go. Let's see here. I'm looking at a web page. Oh, ls block fs. ls block dash fs. No, come on. Where's the UUIDs? ls block help grep UID. No. Oh, ls block is not going to show that because, right. But do you see down there, dev SDA1, the UUID is 380C455C. Okay, see there? Look at that. It's a different UUID there. Now, I don't know if I'm going cuckoo, but what I see is dev SDA1 part UUID. Oh, I'm sorry. Right there, dev SDA3 is what I'm looking for. Somebody should have yelled at me. Dev SDA3 is my root partition, which ends in E6D. Did I mess that up somehow? I mean, okay, it ends in E6D, right? Let's go through it. (7B5) F4B28, F4B28, 5F78, 41BE, 8D98, 4507, F0, 833, E6D root. Okay, dude, I'm pulling my hair. I don't get it. What did I mess up? Okay, I have that entire block ID. Oh, Boise. Oops, I didn't want to do that. That was stupid. Okay, so here's my Arch Linux. If I edit and look, I don't want to just be pulling stones there, but look, the AB1 is boot, but that doesn't mean I need to put boot here, right? Come on, I can't like just pull straws. It said it failed on this, the disk by U7. Let's check this one out. E6D. Let's see if this is wrong. 7B5F. 7B5F. 4B28 5F78 41BE. Is that an 8? Yeah, that's an 8, right? Eyes are slow. 8D98 4507F 0833 E6D. Come on, that's right. I don't get it. Why is this? Hey, check this out, guys. Why is that trailing? Oh, no, it's not trailing. It's just, it's not trailing. If I took that off, just saying that it's the next line. That looks right to me, man. So, I don't get it. This says root. I mean, it is boot, but I'm just pulling. This is like dumb stuff here. Oops. Okay, so what I could do is reinstall, but I don't think I will make you guys go with me on this. This was my first This is my first live that I ever pulled up. What I was attempting to show everybody is when you install Plasma, oops, I'm the wrong one here. When you install Plasma and you go through the Arch Wiki, so you install Plasma Meta and then KDE Applications Meta, but you should also follow the extra KDE package and setup recommendations, which is where we're about to get going on, are all these different packages that are helpers to Plasma. So Oxygen 5, not these, and then non-Plasma packages that make Plasma functionality better. It's all these. And then third-party packages are all these. And I was going to show that, but I borked using a damn Kitty script, which I should have just done it from the CLI anyway. And I should brush it up on my grub skills, because I do know how to, like, if I had to, if this wasn't just a ThinkPad that I use for these videos, if I had to, I could figure it out. But I don't have enough skills on that grub setup. So all the information's out there. I didn't have the right one tonight, but I wanted to go live with everybody. And I am going to be creating a how to install Plasma 6 on Arch Linux video, but I'll edit it. I'll take all this crap out and not make a mistake. And I appreciate Max and Bob coming by. I hope you guys will go on my Discord channel, or I'm sorry, on my other videos and find my Discord channel. I did not add the Discord link to the last 3 videos, but all my other ones have the Discord link in there. I will add them to all of these videos, including this live. So if you guys want, come over to the Discord. Hey Bob, I just installed Slackware on that Dolch 486 machine. I have a video installing Minix 2 on a Dolch 486 a couple weeks ago. It's in my playlists. And I also installed Slackware 1.2.3, and I'm working on installing NetBSD version 11, which is current on a 486. So if you're into that retro stuff, go check out my Dolch playlist. It's a really, really cool Dolch 486 portable, luggable machine. And thanks for being here for my very first live. Come join our Discord. Give us a like anyway. And thanks everybody for being around. I tried. I failed. My tail's tucked. Y'all be good. Take care. Uh-oh. Tech Heart out.